Hello there guys, it's me Unstable Voltage and welcome back to episode 31 of Europa Universalis IV as Barat. It's been a week since I played again, so I've forgotten what I'm doing. Seems that we were at war with somebody up here because I have a few troops on their way back who are black flagged. I assume we were probably at war with Jaipur. I remember that one of my original plans was to try and take the rest of Jaipur in a subsequent war, but that's not going to happen. Just having a quick look and we can see that the total war score to take all of them is at 224%, so that's 3 wars. What we might have to do is just keep feeding little bits of them to Jharkhand. Also, if we did go to war with Malwa, they are 206%, so again 3 wars to take everything from them, and we might also end up feeding some of it to Garjat as well. So in the meantime, we will play on. Yes, I can take an idea, but I'm going to wait because we're actually behind in terms of our admin and diplotech at the moment. And that is actually causing us some corruption with unbalanced research. It's not too terrible at the moment, though, because we've actually got some nice modifiers that are actually helping with the corruption. So it's not really costing us a lot of money. Manpower is good. We are not quite at the cap, but we are getting there. Income is definitely good. Positive stability +3. Power projection's not great, but prestige is good. One thing I was considering, I did say that I'd probably want to go quantity ideas to get the manpower up. But I'm thinking that I might want to go for something else, maybe offensive ideas instead of quantity ideas. Offensive ideas can be really good. Land leader shock. Reduced recruitment time's not all that great, but shock and fire is really good. Prestige from battles, siege ability. The extra siege ability is really nice, as is the discipline and the morale recovery speed. And you do get a land force limit modifier as well. I'm also considering it might be worth at some point either grabbing religious ideas or humanist ideas. I think there's still a few provinces that we can't actually convert right now. Yeah, there's a couple that we can't. Some of the others we can, but they're quite slow. We will get most of this conversion done. It shouldn't be too difficult. There are ways and means. We could always go and try and get ourselves an Inquisitor or something. So we've got to decide who we want to sort of take a bite out of next. We probably still have a truce with these guys. Yeah, November 1589, so quite a while before that one goes away. Gain 1 base manpower in a random province. That is good. And again, we do have other people that we can pick on. What about down here in Bengal? Do we still have a truce with you guys? No, we do not. You've got a reconquest CB against me. You're allied with Malwa and Mongyang. Mongyang I'm not bothered about. Malwa I'd prefer not to have to fight right now. So we can either get a load of peasants rise up, or we can lose some money. Yeah, we'll give the merchants some influence and loyalty in exchange for money. That's fine. We can make some states. Let's have a quick look at the states and territories. I actually put them on one of these lists. There we go. So what have we got here? This is the territory of Mewar. Or Marwar. And Mewar. Mewar is only like 1 province that we own. Marwar is quite a few. So if we make this one into a territory, yeah, we will gain a slight increase in our income. Core all of those provinces, 229 admin points. And now, of course, the estates are unhappy. We've also got 3 provinces here that are all part of 1 territory. And again, that would give us quite a bit of extra income, actually, because there is a coastal province in there. Let's go ahead and do that. Spending all of our admin points once more. So, who is upset currently? It is the nobles, of course it is. Do we have anywhere that has a high manpower? There used to be a thing to see this more easily. Where's the development tab? There we go. Somewhere that's got relatively high manpower if we can find it. Our manpower development's actually quite poor throughout the country. It's probably one of the major reasons why we have such a small manpower pool. What about this province here? Yep, you're already owned by the nobles. Prefer not to give away coastal provinces where we can. I guess we could just go and boost one up. I mean, the thing we have at the moment... yeah, this is a fairly underdeveloped province. So if we go ahead and just bump up the manpower here a little bit, go ahead and give this one to the nobles. And some of our provinces lack cores, or we can't afford that one, or we can't core it yet because it's not adjacent. Oh, there's a missionary working there, that's why. That's fine. Yeah, but we can't really take the next military tech for a while because we are behind in admin and diplo, and I don't want the techs to be even more unbalanced, and we have finished our current military idea, so we will wait on that one for a while. So we need to try and find someone that we can go to war with. We could go to war with Malwa, but I'm not terribly convinced it's a good idea. If I were to declare a war on you, yeah, Malwa would still come in, which is unfortunate. If we could find a way of doing that without having to fight Malwa, I could probably beat Malwa. What about if I were to declare war on Malwa? I know we're currently, we have a truce with them. They would actually just bring in Bengal. So we could still get the war with Bengal and not have to fight Mongyang. Now, it wouldn't work for us if we co-belligerized Bengal, because that would bring in Mongyang. So we wouldn't be able to take an awful lot from them. I also have some concerns. I really don't want Jharkhand to get too big, because they might start getting ideas above their station. So it might be better off doing it and just trying to take some land from Malwa and feeding that to Garjat. Now, as we're no longer allied with Malwa, who am I allied with, if anybody? I don't have an alliance with anybody at all. Maybe we should get one. Probably, possibly, even with Afghanistan. Although they hate me at the moment. They did used to like me, but we've kind of annoyed them with aggressive expansion. Royal marriage offer from Bhutan. Where are you guys even? Where is Bhutan? You are that one province minor up there, are you? I'm not going to say yes to that one, because I think that is somebody that we could just go and possibly grab for ourselves. They would accept vassalization, diplo vassalization. We don't have a CB on them, unfortunately. Be nice if Jharkhand would fabricate on them. It's one of the few provinces locally that we don't actually have any CB on. And we don't border them, so we couldn't actually get a claim against them. Yeah, has no possible neighbouring provinces to fabricate a claim on, which is a little bit of a shame. So that's unfortunate. So we could go to war with Afghanistan then and actually try and take some stuff from them. We probably... No, we don't have a truce with them. That is good. That's fine. So if we were to... Wow, that's a lot of allies, including the Ottomans. So maybe we don't want to get involved in that one. Okay, that's fine then. We've still got these two provinces we'd like to take from Sindh. One thing that I was actually putting some thought and consideration into, and just before we do anything else, let me get my spies actually doing something. We will build a spy network in Jampur. We can't... Well, we can carry on building a spy network in Malwa. So one thing that I was thinking of was I'd like to be able to westernize at some point, because we are getting quite behind in tech. And the problem that we have is we need to have a western neighbour. And there's only really two ways of doing that. First of all is to have a colonist and try and colonize a province adjacent to a western neighbour. Or the other option is to just sort of try and work your way along the coast and grab some province that's already belongs to somebody, but get one next to a western neighbour. Now, the problem we've got is it seems a little bit silly taking colonisation, because there aren't really many uncolonised provinces that we can reach. So colonisation is a little bit of a waste. So I think the best thing to do would be to try and work along the coast somewhere, get into Africa. Problem is, of course, we can't see down here. We don't know whether England's got anything down here, or Spain, or Portugal, or France. So it might be difficult to actually get to somebody who is westernised, so we'll have to see how that works out. We've managed to do a conversion. That means now we can get that other core underway, and we can start even more conversions. They're going to be quite slow, but we are at 97% religious unity. I guess we can take that one. It's not too bad. Yeah, I still want to wait on that idea, because I do want to get the tech first. We are actually very close to our manpower cap now. We've got a lot of money. Let's go and consider getting some buildings. We could possibly get some manufacturers and get a decent amount of money out of them. They take a long time to pay themselves back, but they do pay themselves back eventually. There's a 0.49 there and a 0.49 there. That's actually a decent amount of money. We've already spent quite a lot of what we had there. Let's just have a quick look at weapons manufacturers. Is there anywhere we could make a decent chunk of cash? Not really. Let's go and have a quick look and make sure that we've got marketplaces everywhere then, especially if we've got like coastal centres of trade and things like that. Oh, random stability loss. Brilliant. Doesn't really matter which one you pick, because they all screw you over in just the same way. So it looks like we've got There's a 1.67 there now. Obviously, autonomy's dropping down, so it's becoming slightly more. I think we'll hang on to the money, though, just in case we do get into another war. We've got some provincial unrest in Thatta and Ahmedabad, which are probably over here. There's Thatta. Let's go ahead and get you guys over there. I remember the war now. We actually went to war with Malwa to take Ahmedabad. That was the whole purpose of doing it. I remember that now. Let's get... Oh, actually, we could have just done it that way. You guys go to there. You guys go and sit in... Where's Ahmedabad? Is it that one? Yeah. Okay. So we'll go and do that, and then that should get rid of the unrest there. Shouldn't have to worry too much about that. What's our force limit looking like these days? 60 or 67. We could get a few more. Do we need to get a few more? And if we did, what would we want to get? Truce with Jampur has ended. We're actually getting a bit of a coalition against us right now. Bengal's entered into a coalition against us. Nepal, Jampur. Right, so we've got a coalition against us. So there might be a war coming. So that's interesting. Well, we're at our manpower cap, and we're not at our force limit cap. So let's consider getting some more units. Let's consider getting some more cannons for all of these stacks, because cannons are really good. We've also got mercenaries in some of these stacks as well. So what have we got here? We've got 3 infantry mercs. Let's go ahead and disband those, and we'll make sure we get 3 more regular infantry. So we're just trying to get rid of all of the mercs at the moment. What have we got here? We have got... That's quite a few mercenaries in that stack, actually. What about this one? Detached mercenaries. Wow, we've got quite a lot of mercenary infantry. 9,000 men in this stack alone. Let's go and do this one first then. So we want to get... take that up to 16. So we're going to have to be a little bit careful for a while here. We don't want to sort of start any wars while there's a coalition against us. It's totally my own fault, being far too greedy and expanding far too quickly. If we go ahead and look at the coalition map mode now, there's a lot of people that hate us. A lot of people. Malwa aren't actually in a coalition against us at the moment. Main reason for that is because I think they still have a truce with us at the moment. But yeah, their opinion of us really isn't all that good. Yeah, they do still have a truce. There's every possibility that when that truce timer ends, they will declare war on us. So what we might have to do is consider jumping them first. 93 though, it's going to be a long time before they can get involved. So let's have a quick look and see who else is involved in this coalition. Jampur we're never going to be friends with. In fact, we're probably never going to be friends with most of these people. Now, you guys really don't like us at all. Our aggressive expansion with you is very, very high. Everyone is pretty much outraged. There's very little chance that we're going to get any of these people to a point where they're not going to want to be in this coalition. But we will go ahead and try and improve some relations here and there. I'm almost expecting a coalition war to come. So I really do want to make sure that I am pretty much at my force limit and ready to defend. Do we have all of the forts on? We can afford to have all of the forts on, so I think we should keep them on. Yep, all of the forts are on, so we should keep the forts on. We should also make sure that we stay at our maximum manpower as well. So yes, I wasn't quite expecting this to happen. Don't really want to do any integrations right now. Garjat, like I said, I'd like to keep them separate so I can feed them bits of malware, because I don't want Jarkhan to get too large. But I'm in a little bit of a sticky situation here, because I can't really attack any of my neighbours, because all of my neighbours are in a coalition. It's pointless going to war with Sindh, because I can't really get to them unless I either... I'm not going to get open borders with Afghanistan, and I don't want to declare war on Afghanistan. I could use my ships to drop troops off. Sindh aren't going to have that many troops. They've only got a truce until 58. So we could just go and quickly drop a stack in there and cause them some damage as soon as that truce wears off. Taking 2 more provinces. The problem is, of course, with those provinces is we won't be able to connect them up. So that's something that we are going to have to worry about. The reason I would have liked to have taken these provinces from Sindh is I can core them because obviously we share the coast of Makran, but that would then allow me to fabricate on these Oman provinces down here and start working our way into the Middle East. So we'll have to see how that goes. We can go and take Diplotech. Let's go and do that. We're actually sort of on time now. I think we still have a little bit of unbalanced research. Not quite as bad as it was, but our military tech's actually quite far out in front, so we do need to get admin and military tech up again as quickly as we can. So just sort of ticking back up towards our manpower limit now, because we want to be able to get... I might keep some of the mercenaries around. It's never a bad idea to have mercenaries, especially if you do think you're going to get into a war, because like I've said on previous occasions, if you actually lose mercenaries in combat, it doesn't cause war exhaustion. So if you've got the economy to support them, and we're making 21 ducats a month, so I'd say that we certainly can. Conquer Dundar. Now then, where is that? That is DHUN. Dundar. You belong to Jampur. I'd love to conquer that, but unfortunately, a coalition is making that difficult. So we won't pick that mission for the time being. Let's have a quick look at naval force limit as well. Malware are fabricating on me. They're hardly a surprise. We are quite below our force limit, actually. Let's go in and get more lights. I don't see any point in getting heavies. I mean, I could, theoretically. Could go and get some heavies, but I don't really need any. It's not like we have much going on in terms of naval combat. The only thing it's worth having is, I mean, we can blockade with the lights if we're sieging anything coastal. But yes, this is going to be difficult because there's a lot of people in... Who is in the coalition, actually? Let's just have a quick look at that. So we've got the Timurids, we've got Bengal, we've got Jampur, we've got Nepal, and we've got Kashmir. So we don't actually have Malwa in the... Yeah, Malwa still have the truce. So maybe what we want to try and do is jump on Malwa as quick as we can. Now, they are allied with Bengal, but Bengal would just come in as an ally. I don't think they would actually be able to trigger the coalition. Problem we have is that if we start losing a lot of troops, it is quite possible that the coalition will fire. So 1593 is still quite a long way out. Not an awful lot we can do about that. And yeah, 233 aggressive expansion. I've been I mean, they design my provinces anyway, and I've got one of their cores, so we're never going to be friends again, and that was obvious from the start. We need to find an ally. That's what we need to be doing here. We need to get ourselves a powerful ally. Let's take the guy out who is sucking up with Jarkand, because he's not really doing an awful lot. Gain 2.5 mercantilism. Or 33 diplo power. Yeah, we'll take the mercantilism. So, let's go and consider friends, because nobody's really going to like us. This is a big problem that we've got right here. Most people are too far away to actually want to ally us. Now, Yarkand's probably going to hate me. Yep, they're outraged as well because of my aggressive expansion. No guy don't really care. Akkoyunlu? I have no idea how to pronounce that province. They're not all that big. Not too sure how useful they could be. Tabaristan, they actually like me. I don't know why. They could be useful. Maybe we could get... they would actually offer an alliance. They have... Like, they're against the Timurids and Yarkand. Looks like they might be having some problems with the Ottomans. It's a little bit risky getting involved in things like that. But any allies that we can have are probably going to be good. Because it's likely that allies will reduce the chance of the coalition actually triggering. So it's more about getting these alliances to protect ourselves from the coalition than actually having to get involved in anything. Is there anybody else around who could potentially help us? The Ottomans... Do you know the Ottomans don't actually hate me all that much? They got a negative opinion. What about if we go and try and improve relations with the Ottomans? Now, the Ottomans aren't going to be much help in a war, but imagine the coalition's likelihood to trigger if we are allied with them. Now, Nepal probably hate me as well. Actually, Nepal's not as bad as I thought it was. They don't like some of the aggressive expansion, and we did break an alliance, but we could probably get that back if we wanted to. Let's stop sucking up with you, because you're always going to hate us. That's not going to change. So let's go and try and improve relations with Nepal. Maybe we can get them back on side. And they can help us later on. We'll get them out. Are they actually in the coalition against us? They are. So maybe we can get Nepal out of the coalition. And that'll make the map a little less red and scary. What else have we got going on that we need to do? Yeah, so we're going to keep those mercenaries around. Keep my eye on the force limit. It is going to slowly tick up because autonomy is going to reduce slowly over time. Still no more missions available. What about these decisions? Is there anything we can do to pop any of these decisions? Let's just have a look here. So we'd have to complete aristocratic and influence ideas for this one. And that would allow us to become an oligarchic republic. And that one would allow us to become a theocracy. Not really bothered about either of those. We'll stay as we are. So this one would give us an extra merchant, cheaper light ships, more navy tradition, and cheaper diplotech until the end of the game. That's quite nice. But we need to complete maritime ideas to get that one. And also we'd have to have a strong trade power in at least one of those seas, so we're not really bothered about that one. And then finally we've got this one, which looks like a national specific one. We have to have a theologian, and it would give us minus 6% technology cost until the end of the game. That is particularly awesome. Are there any theologians available? Theologian, I believe, is admin. You look like a master of mint. Yeah, you are a treasurer and a philosopher. No theologian. What do we have in leaders? They're all sort of rank 1 and we're miles behind. We've got a huge income. We should be taking advantage of that at the moment. We are still doing conversions, so I think we will leave the missionary strength guy for the time being. We do have a... Yeah... The problem is the guys we've got at the moment are actually doing a good job for us. Let's go and have a quick look at the estates and see if we could get anything from them. So we don't have enough... you don't have enough influence. We could actually gain a skill 3 theologian from you. But you'd have to have an influence of 40% or greater. They would lose loyalty. Make generous donation. Increases your loyalty but not your influence. We could lose 5 prestige and legitimacy to increase their influence by 10, but that's not really going to be enough. That's a little bit of a shame. It would give us cheaper technology though. I'm almost tempted to do it. It will try and sort of boost them up. They're only 3% off now. We could always give them a tiny little bit more land. They don't actually have an awful lot. Let's go ahead and see if we can do that. Let's see if we can find a little bit of land just to give to the clergy. If there's something that they don't already have. Where are we converting, actually? Thata. We are doing a conversion over here. Let's go ahead and give you to the clergy. And does that put them up now to 40%? It does. So what we can do now... Inquisitor would be awesome, because we can get a rank 3 Inquisitor, we could do those conversions a lot quicker. But getting the Theologian, I think, is going to be a much better interaction for us. So, let's go and... did that actually fire? Yeah, it looks like it did. Didn't want to close that, so let's go and have a look. So, we've got a rank 3 Theologian, minus 2 National Unrest, which is good enough. Now, what do we have at the moment? The Missionary Strength guy. Yeah, I really don't want to have to replace him, but... what is our actual conversion strength here at the moment? 3.4%. So if we drop that, that's going to take quite some time. When is this going to finish? July of 88. We'll allow that conversion to finish. Once that is done, then we'll go and swap the guy over, and we'll get cheaper tech costs, which is absolutely brilliant. But I'm going to go ahead and end this video here. Unfortunately, we haven't got into any wars, but also, fortunately, we haven't got into any wars, because I don't really want to have to fight off the coalition. But we are going to see if we can ally the Ottomans, and hopefully that will stop the coalition from firing. So, thanks a lot for watching, guys. I hope you are still enjoying EU4 as Barat. I'll see you on the next video, and until then, goodbye for now.